In the news tonight, partial compliance to government guidelines to curb spread of COVID-19. Plus, individuals and organizations donate food items and water to residents to cushion effects of partial lockdown. And in other news, Benin elites seek resolution of ethnic conflict in Ologbo Dukedom. A very good evening to you, and thank you for joining us tonight on the News Bulletin. I am Agatha Egwaroju. 4 more patients, 3 females and a male, have been discharged from the infectious disease hospital Yaba after testing negative twice for coronavirus, bringing to total of number of discharged persons to 24. However, 6 new cases of coronavirus have been reported in Osun State, bringing the number of confirmed cases in the country to 190. According to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Lagos has 98 cases, FCT 38, Osun 20, Oyo 8, Akwa Ibom 5, Ogun 4, Edo 4, Kaduna 4, Bauchi 3, Enugu 2, Ekiti 2, Rivers 1, and Benue 1. 2 deaths have been recorded so far. And in the African continent, total number of affected countries is now 49. And total confirmed cases is 7,064, and total confirmed death 290. In the USA, total cases 264,159, new cases 19,282, total deaths 6,714, new deaths 644, total recovery 11,983, and active cases 245,462. And in Italy, you have total cases 19,827, new cases 4,585, total deaths 14,681, new deaths 766. Total recovery is put at 19,758, and active cases at 5,388. And from China, total cases 81,620, new cases 31,000, total death 3,322, new deaths 4, total recovery, active cases 1,727. And world statistics, coronavirus is now 1,072,906, recovered cases 226,052, and deaths 56,904. Now, in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic, states are taking measures to combat the deadly disease as it spreads rapidly, crippling the global economy. Here in Benin City, transport operators have continued to disregard the order warning them of mode of operation as it concerns number of passengers that are allowed. Elizabeth Omoko monitored compliance in the city and filed in this report.
Usually, all buses were empty at the time of this visit, with only a handful of passengers boarding vehicles on the streets. The air of 4 passengers on the back seat of a car is the order of the day. The situation the drivers tied to exorbitant tax collection.
Pay money, and again, there's no work with the bus 5,000 naira. How can you carry 3 can't get balance?
Since 3 days now, they be complaining for tickets. Say they don't go buy ticket. They don't go buy ticket. Say they know they see work. They work. So since day 4 yesterday, they will not call ticket give them now. For do our year.
The driver is at risk. But how can we manage the situation? That is what we are calling for. Make government help us.
See, we dey now suffer we dey suffer for here. Nothing dey, we dey die dey go. They say maybe we know they carry 4, maybe they carry 3. The 3 self we know they see a carry.
With the reduction of price of petrol, it is expected that the drivers will be considerate in maintaining the directives given by the state government to contain the virus. In Benin, Elizabeth Omoko, NTA News.
Now, with Edo people are calling on financial institutions to employ more precautionary measures at the dispensing points of automated teller machines (ATMs) to contain further spread of COVID-19. Philomena Gbebo has that report.
Social distancing in some of the points. World Health reports indicate that COVID-19, which can settle on the surface of such items for 3 to 4 hours because of its surface is made of hard plastics, has claimed thousands of lives across the globe. The people say the needful should be done without further delay.
The ATM these days is always filled up. You see people crowding around the ATM, and I wonder if they are even observing social distancing. I think the bank officials should do well by going there to enforce social distancing, because people, the way they crowd, they don't observe the 2 meters social distancing that is recommended by health officials and the state government.
Buttons on the ATM machines are not sanitized, because if any person used it, then maybe you go there and you go and use. You don't know if that person is a carrier of that coronavirus disease. So we urge the banks to also put in measures on their own. Even when people washes their hands before they enter the bank, we say that that one is not enough. That they should look for a way and the other to sanitize the bottles at all times.
If they comply with the instructions, it will be controlled. They should put their staff to distance them, and they give them sanitizer towards them from time to time. After collecting, before collecting, after collecting. That's what I think.
People are, however, advised to be extra careful at this time. In Benin, Philomena Gbebo, NTA News.
Now in the studio to discuss more on the coronavirus pandemic is a consultant clinical microbiologist, Dr. Usaitin Ioha. Good to have you join us, Lisa.
Thank you.
Now, we saw from that report people complaining of the crowd in ATM machines, but it's probably not just the ATMs. You have, these days, banks, their premises are usually crowded. People don't even observe the social distancing measure. What's your take on this situation?
I think it's a bit funny. People are asked to stay at home and avoid overcrowding. One will wonder what people are going to the bank to withdraw money for. And you now have a large crowd in the bank and ATM. But the social distancing, that people have been asked to observe, wherever you are, whether in the bank or in the church or burial ground, whatever, at least maintain that minimum of 1 meter for one person. So if they have security agents in the bank, they should be able to arrange the crowd. Maybe they can lock them outside the way you do for supermarkets. If it's minimum of 10 people that can go in at a time, I think that will be able to solve. Allowing everybody to enter the premises or go into the bank, it's not nice at all.
Well, I think the problem is that's actually what they are doing, but the fear or the worry is for the people, the time they spend waiting for their turn to get into the bank. Can anything be done about it?
That is outside.
Yes, outside.
I don't know how long the bank is open. It's usually their normal hours. So if you see a crowd, the best bet is for you to go home and then maybe come back when there's less crowd.
Okay.
Yeah, people have to be cautious wherever, at this particular moment to avoid overcrowding. That's the whole essence.
Okay. Now, there are reports of 2 cases of coronavirus in the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, that's the UBTH. Can you throw more light on that? Can you confirm or tell us what the true picture is like?
Yeah, there were 2 suspected cases. They didn't come in with the classical picture of coronavirus presentation. So I think one had a kidney problem, and then the other one with some other issue. But based on their history, I think one of them had a history of having traveled to one of those countries that was suspected to have high rate of infection. And then their clinical presentation, so there was suspicion. And so their samples were sent, 2 samples were sent to 2 different labs. The first result came and it was negative. Unfortunately, one of the patients died. So what we have now is just 1 case. And the second result came out to be positive.
Okay.
So for that particular patient now, you have 1 positive and 1 negative results. So which do we now take? So a third sample has already been sent to resolve the issue. But however, measures have been taken by management to ensure that the patient is now well isolated, and all the contacts of this particular patient and the previous patient have all been advised to self-isolate or be quarantined within the hospital premises, and they are being monitored.
Okay, now you said something about one test being negative and the other being positive, and going for a third one for confirmation.
Yes.
Does it now, there is this fear that when tests are carried out, some could be unreliable?
Well, not really unreliable as such. Inherent in the test methods, starting from the sample collection, transportation, and don't forget that right now we have a huge number of samples that are being sent to the labs, even though the labs capacity is being improved upon and also expanded. So there could also be human error. But that's why 2 samples are collected. So we expect to get at least 2 results, either positive or negative, for confirmation. So now that you have 1 positive and 1 negative, a third sample will need to be sent. So we get the actual picture.
Okay. But for now, the patient is being isolated?
Yes. And measures for nursing barrier and all the others have been put in place.
Okay. Now, as the coronavirus, the pandemic lingers, more and more characteristics are emerging. For instance, people now tend to believe that the virus can spread through talking. Is that true?
Yes. Talking, coughing, sneezing, even breathing can, expel some droplets and aerosol. But this particular virus, because of the weight, the spread is more of droplets, so it comes out and it drops on surfaces. But however, some emerging information is also coming out that micro droplets are also involved, in which case it doesn't just come out and drop on the surface, it's sustained on the air for some period.
Okay.
Yes. So those are methods by which droplets and aerosols are being released.
Okay, now with this new situation, how careful can Nigerians be?
Yeah, we just have to be careful, maintaining social distance, and avoid situation where you meet strangers. So that's why you stay at home and stay with your household. That is the best method this period. And then when you touch surfaces, you wash your hands with soap and water on a regular basis. In addition, you can use, alternatively, you can use hand sanitizer.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Osaitin Iyoha, for coming on the news.
Thank you very much.
Okay, after the break, former Secretary to Edo State Government donates food items, releases telephone lines for people in need, plus Big Joe Ventures distributes water across major markets and streets in Benin. To join us again.
My people, make una listen o. No be news again say coronavirus don enter Nigeria. Coronavirus na that bad disease from China wey dey cause fever, dry cough, sneeze, pneumonia fit enter and e dey kill. But no cause for alarm because our government dey on top of the matter. Just shine your eyes, wash your hands with soap and tap wey dey run. Cover your nose and mouth if you wan cough or sneeze. No enter bus wey pass 3 people per seat. Keep good distance from people. No near person too much. No shake anybody. No hug. Government don't even ban any gathering of more than 20 people. All shops for market closed except people where they sell food, medicine, provision, fuel and other essential things. If you see as your body be, quick, go hospital or call 0808 4096 723 or 0806 425 8163. My people, make una no panic, no carry rumor. May Edo State government bring una this message.
Postponement. The family of Aderibigbe wishes to announce the postponement of the birthday Thanksgiving made in honor of our father, Reverend Sir Rufus Toluwani Aderibigbe, JP. This is because of the prevailing circumstances in Nigeria and globally. A later date will be communicated in due course. We sincerely apologize for the inconveniences this postponement may cause you. Signed, Remy Aderibigbe for Team 70 Committee.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints invites the general public, its members, to the Sunday morning session of the 190th Annual General Conference of the Church. The session will be broadcast live from church headquarters in Salt Lake City, Utah, United States of America, on NTA2 Lagos Network Center, DSTV Channel 369, StarTimes Channel 104, and GoTV Channel 114. The First Presidency, members of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, and other general authorities and general officers of the Church will deliver messages of prayers, truth, hope, and inspiration at the conference. Broadcast time is 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Date 5th April 2020.
The sun comes up, it's a new...
Next time you visit the ancient city of Benin, 2 things will excite you: the warmth and welcome of its people, and of course, the class and style of its hospitality business. Randeki Gold, home of hospitality like no other, located in one of the most serene environments in the ancient city, truly classy and exquisite with world-class facilities. Fully equipped digital multipurpose hall with life-size, ultra-high definition LED screen, 180 square meters king-size swimming pool with bubble bath, enough to leave you breathless. The exotic Ariel's Bistro and Grill restaurant with variety of continental dishes, especially some of the rarest delicacies you can find in town. Fact is, a visit will truly convince you that we are gold. Randeki Gold is the gold wing of the prestigious Randeki Royal Hotel at 6 Uhenui Street off Ihama and Boundary Roads, GRA Benin City. www.randekihotels.com. Randeki Gold. Our hospitality is gold.
Enjoy yourself.
Be nice.
You're welcome.
Please, where's the restroom?
We'll just go into your right.
Thank you.
I'll follow.
Mommy.
Switching the light. But you see, it's nothing to worry about.
Now, Glow 4G, the wrong thing.
Data is oxygen. Glow 4G, the new speed of life. Your #1 4G network nationwide. The very best from Glow, the grandmasters of data.
Thank you for staying tuned. Former Secretary to Edo State Government and APC chieftain Pastor Sagi Zeyamu has made good his promise to distribute food items and other relief materials to vulnerable persons in the 3 senatorial districts of the state. Adogbaji Ojegba reports that 4,000 persons are to benefit.
The items include rice, beans, gari, onion, noodles, and tomato paste, amongst others. The food items are packaged and will be distributed by the teams representing the 3 senatorial districts in the state. The gesture by Pastor Osage Ize Iyamo and his wife, Professor Idia, and her friends is to cushion the effect of the partial lockdown on the vulnerable in the society.
We thought about it and we realized that if we don't do something about it and encourage others to do it, we'll be creating another major crisis. This time, not even as a result of the virus, but the hunger. And the hunger itself could lead to widespread violence.
Professor Idia at the warehouse where the items were being distributed to the 3 senatorial districts said they are targeting mostly the grassroots.
We decided that we should give them a food relief pack. We have this, what you see here in this room now is just for Edo North. We are going to give the same quantity to Edo Central. This same quantity, if you can just look around. We are going to give the same quantity to Edo South and the same quantity to Edo Central.
The first batch of relief to the 64 wards and 6 local government areas in Edo North was dispatched.
Ensure that this thing gets to the less privileged, as he is determined to ensure that at these trying times we give these things to the needy.
We need some cushioning effects, and I think this serves the purpose of delivering welfare, to the less privileged.
Pastor Osage Izeyamo also released telephone lines for people who are in need to call 070 463 73027, 081 140 46290. In Benin, Adogbeji Ojegba, NTA News.
And as part of efforts to ameliorate the plight of the less privileged, especially at this time of the coronavirus pandemic, wife of Pastor Osage Izeyamo, Professor Idia, has donated food items and toiletries. Correspondent Sylvester Imokwede reports.
While donating food items, which include bags of rice, beans, tubers of yams, noodles, and toiletries, among others, to the Holy Family Children's Home, Professor Mrs. Idia Izeyamo said the orphanage and less privileged in the society should be supported at this time of partial lockdown in Edo State due to the coronavirus pandemic, when the privileged are now finding it difficult to feed. Noting is her own contribution towards alleviating the suffering of the less privileged. The wife of the former Chief of Staff, Professor Mrs. Idia Izeyamo, was represented by Becky Sule.
Because the government of the day has said people should be indoors. So it's out of good faith, out of care, that she has said if able-bodied people who have jobs are to stay at home, how much more the ones that are orphaned, the less privileged, you understand? So she said, okay, show some love. So it's out of love she's doing this.
The former chairman, Eastern Northeast Local Government, Sam Obu, who accompanied the donor, commended the wife of former Chief of Staff, Professor Mrs. Idia Izeyamo, for her humanitarian gesture, noting that the donation will go a long way to cushion the effect of COVID-19 on the inmates of the orphanage.
Keeping with her avowed belief of taking care of the less privileged, it's not because she has too much, but because she believes that love should want to be shared. And that's why we are here today, just to keep faith with that belief.
In Uromi, Sylvester Imokwede, NTA News.
Now, Big Joe Ventures, Big Joe Table Water, a subsidiary of Big Joe Ventures Limited, has distributed packs of bottled water and bags of sachet water across major markets and streets in Benin. The gesture is part of its contribution to cushion the effect of the coronavirus pandemic and also keep residents safe from contracting the virus. Ifeoma Okafor has more.
It was all joy for residents of Adoawa, the host community of Big Joe Ventures, as they received the largesse from the company. To further reduce spread of the virus, it has become imperative for people to stay at home. This has affected prices of goods, including price of packaged water. So when Big Joe came with truckload of water, the people could not hold their joy.
I'm happy of this thing what they do for us. Big Joe do it for us.
Because we have been suffering this water for the past weeks now. A bag go for 250 as 300 from retail sale. With this one, at least my customer can drink free for today.
The water don't go up now. He can't give us free now, so we they happy with the enjoy now.
At the new Benin market, it was a moment of joy. The people say they are compelled to buy a sachet of water for 20 naira as against 10 naira.
I'm very happy. Big Joe give me one bag of pure water. I'll say I go there and enjoy myself. Take support.
The manager of Big Joe Ventures, Michael Okine, is happy that the company is contributing its quota and helping people to push through the hard moments.
Here to give out free bottle, sachet water, and hand sanitizer customized by us. We feel the people. People are suffering. Price of things are going up. So we felt that we should also contribute our own part to the society.
Big Joe Table Water, a subsidiary of Big Joe Ventures, has been in business of producing packaged water for more than 2 decades. In Benin, Ifoma Okafor, NTA News.
It's time for another break. Join us again for the concluding segment of the news.
Burial announcement. With a sad heart, but with thanks to God Almighty, we, the family of Abokai, announce the passing on to glory of our beloved wife, mother, and grandmother, late Lady Grace Abokai, which sad event happened on the 24th of March 2020. She is survived by her husband, Mr. Sonny Abokai, children and grandchildren. She will be buried at a private funeral in accordance with the Catholic doctrine arranged by her immediate family. We shall continue to miss you while we take solace that you are in the bosom of our Lord and Savior. Signed, Mr. Sonny Abokai, for the family.
Ogbelo 2020 don't come with ogbonge travel awufo. Muyi line the transport company wey get everybody for mind say comfortable travelling no suppose tear pocket o, as awu bonanza price still dey from Benin to Lagos, mine to Yanakwaja, Yaba and Aja for just 2,500 naira, Benin to Port Harcourt 2,000 naira plus cheap awu price to Warri, Bayelsa and Niger Delta routes including Ekpoma, Auchi and Abuja. Muyi line executive charter cars like Toyota Corolla, Toyota Camry, and Sienna dey to local and international airports and anywhere for Nigeria. Save money, enjoy safe and comfortable journey as this travel awoof dey till June 30th, 2020. Muyi line head office dey 169 Oselu Lagos Road, opposite Technical Junction, Benin City. Muyi line, friend of Nigeria students.
And now to the concluding segment of the news. The ethnic conflict in Olugbo community in Pobauka local government area of the state, which has claimed some lives and caused the loss of fixed assets and property, has been condemned. The condemnation was made by some prominent Benin indigents during a press briefing while commenting on the need for peace and reconciliation in Olugbo. Ediao reports. Well, details of that report will come in our subsequent bulletin, and on this note we'll conclude the bulletin for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, clean hands and social distancing help to curb the spread of COVID-19. Wash your hands regularly and keep your distance. Good evening.